finally, I am excited to introduce you to true regulatory horizon scanning. There's a lot of people who claim they do this. We actually do it. And we're doing it in the form of monitors, which is powered by our acquisition of Graceview, as we announced yesterday. Regulations change constantly, and most businesses miss important updates and have to face the consequences. The monitors change that. You simply set up a monitor, select the topics and jurisdictions that you care about, like UK employment law or financial services regulations, and anything that's covered by our taxonomy, the agent will track relevant changes in real time. And then it stitches together those changes with your firm's policies and documents to update them, or run a gap assessment or compliance brief, all cited back to the original source. And for in-house teams, real-time compliance monitoring at scale has previously been impossible. And for law firms, this will enable a managed service and a deeper, more scalable client relationship that was previously too cost-prohibitive to deliver. Out of the box, we cover over 1,000, this is 10,000 official sources, 100 jurisdictions updated hourly. And by partnering with many of the people in the room here today, we're adding new sources and capabilities to the system every single day. And monitors is just a great example of how the AOS is unlocking new possibilities that were previously wildly inefficient by bringing everything together. So let's look at a short demo live. I'm going to head over to Legora, and I'm going to make my first monitor. When I create a monitor, the first thing I have to do is I have to select the jurisdictions and the topics that I care for. In this case, I might decide to opt for EU, and I want to get antitrust and competition. So now I've selected my ingredients, and we can put it into the oven. Maybe I should start a cooking show. Legora will now start to grab all of the sources from EU that has anything to do with the topics that we selected, and inside of the preferences, we can go very deep in terms of what data we want to keep. Now, what we can also do on top of this data is work with the agent. So, in this case, I'm going to ask Legora for a quick review of all the monitors that it's found, and I want it to find the relevant articles and, oh, actually, I have an idea. Let me redo this. I'm going to attach, you can just ask it to do anything on top of the monitors itself, but it's more interesting if you actually give it some data as well. So let's add all of the policies that my company already has, and then let's ask Legora to do a gap analysis on top of them. So let's see here. Here we go. So now I wanted to look for gaps for the most meaningful regulatory or proposed changes that it finds. And for that specific gap, I'm asking Legora to draft a short board briefing that includes a table detailing the changes, and then I just want a short response, because otherwise it's going to go on forever. The cool thing about all of these sources is they are also objects, and they are not just a document. We are actually using an LLM to look at all of the data, create our own summaries, and then we obviously source back to the original sources. The pipelines that the Graceview team has laid for the past 3 years, it's what's powering this system. But the data only becomes really useful when we can put the agent on top of it. And as you can understand, it's not far from us giving Legora access to all of this incoming data, all of the company policies, and then asking it to do this every single day on a scheduled task. And here, as you can see, Legora has actually identified a gap. It's citing it back to the original source, as it always does, number 2 on the list. And it's giving us some required policy changes that I can easily bring to my board. Awesome. But we're in the UK, so we have to do something with the UK jurisdiction. Here, I've asked Legora to find all of the financial services, and I have selected all of the topics, basically. And this use case is tailored at a law firm. So a law firm watching UK sources relevant for their practice areas. And what I'm going to ask Legora to do now is I'm going to ask it to find an update and prepare a short financial services practice group update with everything that's happened over the past week. So I want a brief summary of the key regulatory developments, what changed, why it matters, what clients should do. And obviously, if Legora has context about who your clients are, it will tailor this specifically for them. And then I also wanted to create a table of key dates to watch out for in deadlines. But again, because everything is tailored together, imagine this could create deadlines and obligations inside of a list that's shared with your client in the portal proactively every single day as something new comes out. We are building all of these different pieces, and then it's up to you and our legal engineers to build it all together. And this is why we're so excited about the future. So now Legora is giving me an update here, and I know that there's a really good financial lawyer somewhere here in the audience, so they can stand up or scream no if this is completely irrelevant. A yes or no? Woo! Yes! Fantastic.